So the first step when it comes to like perfecting your brows, it may seem really obvious, but you want to make sure that your eyebrows are either tweezed, waxed, threaded, whatever you do, make sure you do that, because I know with me, when my eyebrows are not done, I cannot do them the same way. Like they just don't come out right. So make sure that your eyebrows are done. Now the second step when it comes to perfecting your eyebrows, you want to make sure you don't have any foundation in your eyebrows. I honestly like to do my foundation first. Some people may say no when it comes to doing your eyebrows, because the foundation can get in your eyebrows and then it prevents your eyebrow product from staying. So I just like to comb through my eyebrows first. For one, it's just gonna comb through the hairs, and then two, it's gonna get all the product out. The next step when it comes to perfecting your brows, you want to outline them. I like using a brow pencil. This is Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. I like to use the color Ebony. Now this is definitely loved and abused. As you can see, my spoolie broke off and this is all I have left, what's on here. Alright, so I'm gonna zoom you in and show you guys how I outline my brows. What I do when I first outline my eyebrows is this arch right here, I like to follow it and bring it forward. I like to define this portion right here, because if not, I feel like I just look like a child, so I like to lightly fill that in. And then I will go on the top of my brow and kind of do the same thing. Just fill in my arch. And then go back. I like to kind of lift up my head so I can see where the sparse areas are. You could honestly skip the brow wiz part if you wanted to. It's totally up to you. But if you are new to doing your eyebrows, I would definitely recommend it, just because the next product that I'm going to use, it's a little bit more darker and it's not as forgiving. So the brow wiz is definitely going to help you in the beginning. The next product I like to use is a pomade. Now this is waterproof. It's good because it's a lot darker. I like this much better because it gives me more definition. I can get like the true line that I want. Now a lot of people do use dip brow, but the key to using dip brow is honestly using the correct brush. It took me a really long time to find the right brush. I used to use the Anastasia brush and I noticed that that brush didn't really work for me. So the brush that I'm using is actually from Zoeva. This is a 317 liner brush. It's technically an eyeliner brush, but it is so soft and I just love how precise I can make my eyebrows. So I'm just gonna dip my wing liner brush in there. And I don't want too much product on there, so I'm going to scrape off the sides. The same way that I use my brow wiz, I'm going to use my pomade. And again, I'm just going to go, I always start right here, right in that section, because that gives me the angle that I want. And then I like to just push up to kind of blend the product in. And I use light strokes because pomade is very, very dark. For the top of my brow, I like to follow the hairs because my hairs do go down. I like to follow the hairs and come down. Also, I like to make the tail of my brow much darker and then lightly bring it in so that way it kind of fades. You want to blend it all together. So I like to blend the front of my eyebrow. I like to go up to kind of push that line. All the product that was on that line right there, I like to push it up so it blends in. And again, it gives me that nice fade. That is my first eyebrow. I'm not going to do the same thing so that way you guys can see it again. If you're a pro at this and you're already used to doing your brows, you might not have to do this, but like I said, if you're a beginner, try it. So I just connected that together and then push up to create like little hairs. Now this is my annoying eyebrow. See how this part is like bald? I like to fill that in. And I just create little tiny strokes. Then I'm going to take my pomade. Now a trick with pomade is I like to put my brush in the cap once I have product on there and like mix it all together because it kind of warms up the product and I feel like it makes it easier. So again, I'm just going to go underneath my brow, light strokes, and push up to give you that fade. And then once I do that part, I like to go on the top and then just start making small strokes because I feel like I'm a little bit bald on the top. And with this eyebrow, I have to create more of an arch because our eyebrows are sisters, not twins. Just gonna take my spoolie and blend that all together. Next, you want to clean them up with a concealer. I like to use my Tape Shape concealer, and there's a special brush I like to use. This is a Real Techniques brush. It comes in the face set. I just like to take a little bit. I take whatever's on the wand. I will put it on the back of my hand so that way there's not that much product. And I like to go away from my eyebrow at first just because sometimes when you put pressure, it like gets into your eyebrow and we don't want that. We just want to clean it up. If I feel like I don't have that line that I want, I will go back with Dip Brow and line it again. Once I've cleaned up my eyebrows, I will then just like bring the product down because the Shape Tape is actually what I use for eye primer anyway. So that works out perfectly. And when I look up, I can see if I have any sparse areas. So I'm going to go back and fill it in. I'm going to go back and blend my concealer out. And then I like to take my brush and just kind of clean up the front because sometimes it starts to look crazy in the front with all the blending, as well as on top from pushing that product up. Because I have really long eyebrow hairs, I like to use like an eyebrow gel. You can either make your own or just buy one. I do have a video on how to make your own, but this one's the Anastasia one. I like to put eyebrow gel just because sometimes when I'm doing my eyeshadow, my eyebrow hairs just get in the way and I feel like it starts to mess up my pictures. So using an eyebrow gel will keep them in place. So that is how I do my eyebrows. The key to really getting the perfect brow is the technique and like really blending them out, and also just using the correct tools and using the correct products. I didn't like my eyebrows until I started using that 317 brush, so that's really what was key for me. Or I have to use the perfect brush when it comes to carving out my brows, or else it just doesn't come out right. So I'd love to know what products you guys use for your eyebrows. Let me know in the comments below, and also what tools that you use, like what type of brushes. So leave a comment below. And if you guys found this video helpful, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!